who left his leg, a red fox, a dead fox.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
The huntsman blows his horn, a gold horn.
A cream horn, the fox has left his leg.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
Funny.
The huntsman blows his horn.
The fox has left his leg.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
The babes come bounding out of school, chubby.
Grubby!
The huntsman blows his horn.
The fox has left his leg.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
Oh, for the Lady Gwendoline Connie.
The babes come bounding out of school.
The huntsman blows his horn.
The fox has left his leg.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
Behold the bold Sir Geoffrey Dandy.
Dandy!
Oh, for the Lady Gwendoline.
The babes come bounding out of school.
The huntsman blows his horn.
The fox has left his leg.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
The wedding bells ring out on high. Ding dong.
Sing song!
Behold the bold Sir Geoffrey.
Oh, for the Lady Gwendoline.
The babes come bounding out of school.
The huntsman blows his horn.
The fox has left his leg.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
Sir Geoffrey cried, egad, I will woo-ha.
Woo-ha!
The wedding bells ring out on high.
Behold the bold Sir Geoffrey.
Oh, for the Lady Gwendoline.
Babes come bounding out of school.
The huntsman blows his
The
horn.
fox has left his leg.
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
With the yoinks, tally-ho, yo-ho!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Black and White Minstrel Show.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us again. That song was from a musical show called Sunny, which was a very early effort by someone who became very well known in the music business later on, Jerome Kern. Well, he's in pretty good company tonight because our next sequence includes songs by Johann Strauss, Franz Lehár, you name it. Anyway, come and join us in Old Vienna.
Tra-la-la, melody for dancing, bravely gay the violins. Tra-la-la, little tune entrancing, with a gavotte, romance begins.
Tra-la-la, stepping to a measure, porcelain ladies sweet as spring, and their gay cavaliers will treasure all that a grand gavotte may bring, all that a grand gavotte may bring.
In your arms there are charms.
There are moments so entrancing.
In your arms there are charms when we're dancing or romancing.
Though the lights may be low, they'll be one forever glowing, ever showing, ever glowing in the light of love that's true.
A love that is true is a love never through, and as gold and silver shines ever anew. And down the years, with their smiles and tears, you're as gold and
lips have met in a loving kiss. Romeo and Juliet must have felt like this.
We could be eternally sweethearts, fond and true.
If your papa approved of me
And mine approved of you. Lip to lip, cheek to cheek, men are men, girls are we. When a romance has once begun, dancing is something more than fun.
lip to lip, cheek to cheek, men are men, girls are we.
When a romance has once begun, dancing is something more than fun. Call Vienna mine, call night and day with your song divine. Show me your radiant skies of blue. Bring back the glory that once I knew. Call Vienna mine. Round me a garland of love you twine. Make all my wonderful dreams come true. My heart belongs to you. Just you and I, our love is new. As years go by, I'll still be true. I live my life only for you. I'll keep this memory all my life through.
When songs of spring are sung, remember that morning in May.
Remember you loved me when we were young one day. Love that hovers over lovers speaks in song. In the fingers crossed that lingers close and long. And the music answers, swaying through and through, telling you it's true, it's true.
It's in me now. Really well done, Dan.
Wonderful. Well, I am pleased to see you again, although it's a bit sad this week because this week is the last show of the present series. You'll be upset. And because it's the last show, you see, people have been fighting to get tickets. They'll do anything to get into this studio, you know. At this present moment, there is a group of miners from the Rhondda tunneling in. Now, if they break through during the next number while the minstrels are on, provided they have the sense to lick the lips before they come up, nobody will know they've arrived. Oh, but it's sad, isn't it? I mean, just think, Monday morning, all the minstrels will be queuing up down the Labour Exchange. It'll look like the packing department of the licorice all-sort factory. Because, I mean, in this day and age, you know, everybody needs employment. Even George Mitchell. That's right, isn't it, George? Yes, bless him. He's only just a millionaire, you know. And it's not him I'm bothered about, you see. It's the others, the artiste. I mean, Ted Darling, he's got fixed up. He lied about his height and got a job as a cabin boy on a dripping lorry. Now, I don't know what it means either. And Margaret Savage, you know her, the singing haggis. Well, she's all right. She's going back up north to work as Bill Shankly's interpreter. So she's all right. Now, me, don't worry about me, because I am booked for a tour of Birmingham working men's clubs. And on Monday, listen to this, I open at the Taxidermist A-Go-Go, Smerick. I can see you all sat there saying, my word, we got a bit of class here. I've been there before, you know. First time I went, I thought, I wonder why it's called the Taxidermists. So I said to this fella on the door, I said, excuse me, gentle sir. He said, get stuffed. Oh, that's right. No, it's a marvellous club, converted from the local flea pit. They reckon as soon as an artist walks in, he gets the itch to perform. He goes, oh. And it's run by a very strange fella, a Jewish Scotsman, Rory MacGoldberg. No, you must have heard of him. He wrote that marvellous all-time hit, Haggis Nagila. Haggis, Nagila, Haggis, Nagila, Haggis, Nagila Bell is my heart. Oh! Frightened me to death. And what an audience he gets in there. All round the walls sit gnarled old figures. No teeth. 6 days stubble on the chin, puffing the pipes. Their husbands are all up at the bar. Drinking Birmingham's favourite brew, Medley's ultimate deterrent, mud for short. Brewed from stagnant water, specially drained from the Cradley here to Tipton Canal. Natural beer. Ooh, you'll often find a couple of mice snorkeling around your tankard. You see, they ferment it in oil sumps, taken from old 10-ton lorries. It may taste foul, but my word, it lubricates your pistons. And the acts they get in the Birmingham Working Men's Club, they're fantastic. I mean, last time I was there, they opened with a child sword swallower. He was only young, just stood on stage, sucked a penknife. And following him, they had an illusionist. He climbed into this cabinet and disappeared. What a fantastic act. He never came back. They still got the cabinet. And then there was a snake charmer from Aston, Abdul and his load of old cobras, and he was. And then there was my favourite, Claude Windmill. My word, he's a good turn. And, what do you expect, talent? And he got a great act. He stood on stage, you see, like that, and he does the splits over a blow lamp. Wait for the end. And all the while he's doing this, he's singing, I who have nothing. Oh, I see, yes. Oh, you'd have appreciated it. There wasn't a dry eye in the house, really. He shed a few tears. And, of course, then it was my turn. Ladies and gentlemen, John Maclean. The MD struck up my opening music on his comb and paper, and the spotlight hit me. Fell off the roof. As soon as I walked on, I knew it was going to go well, because all the old ladies put the teeth in so they could smile without people posting letters. And right round the room, there was a mass clicking sound as everybody switched on their hearing aids. And it's at times like this that you realise that you're a star. And, of course, because I'm a star, I wield a lot of power, you know. I said to the producer this morning, I said, Gloria, I said... Poor Ernest, he was vexed. I said, Gloria, I am not changing in that dustbin anymore. I want a proper dressing room. Somebody else can have that. And, of course, seeing as I'm so successful, he's had to agree. Look. What a surprise. You got it, did you?
Yes, but we've got you a new dressing room. Would you like to see it?
Oh, not half.
There it is.
What do you think of it?
Rubbish!
Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong. Sing of good things, not bad.
of happy, not sad.
Sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Sing a song.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face.
Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style.
You look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile.
Dig out a pleasant outlook.
Stick out that noble chin.
Wipe off the full of proud look.
And slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face.
We'll try to tell in the simple rhyme of Sister Mary's wedding.
A right down rollicking good old time.
At Sister Mary's wedding.
I went there the bride to see,
And I went there for a good old spree.
And I went there 'cause the beer was free.
At Sister Mary's wedding. 6 little bridesmaids were there too at Sister Mary's wedding.
Not a single one of them knew what to do
At Sister Mary's wedding.
4 of them all looked skin and bone.
The other 2 were overgrown.
And one of the 2 weighed 19 stone.
At Sister Mary's wedding. Oh, what a time we had, we never shall forget. The fact that it came to an end at last is the one thing we regret.
Our local vet was there in his best.
He looked at the girls and said with zest,
We'll keep the fat one and drown the rest.
At Sister Mary's wedding.
Oh, let me sing a funny song with crazy words that roll along. And if my song can start you laughing, I'm happy, so happy. Let me sing a sad refrain of broken hearts that loved in vain. And if my song can start you crying, I'm happy. Let me croon a low-down blues to lift you out of your seat. If my song can reach your shoes and start you tapping your feet, I'm happy. Let me sing of Dixie's charms, of cotton fields and mommy's arms. And if my song can make you homesick, I'm happy.
Oh, we let me up the garden all among the Brussels sprouts.
I told her that I loved her,
But I somehow had me doubts. He took me hand in his, and at first I thought it biz.
for I said she was my little Dolly Varden.
Yeah, he touched me with the story of his love for me, he did.
And I touched her lips in kisses and my arm around her slid.
And before he said goodbye to me, he touched me for a quid. Oh, there's no mistake, he led me up the garden.
Yes, there's no mistake, I led her up the garden.
I thought that I had the world on the end of the string. I thought that I was a millionaire, free as the dawn, and then in the morning I turned and saw you there. And you smiled with laughter in your eyes, and the world seemed to fade away. And you smiled, and I was captured, don't you know? I'd like to stay. I'd like to stay. Moons and Junes and fairies weave.
The dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way.
But now it's just another show.
You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you can, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all.
Once I built a railroad, made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Buddy, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Buddy, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, gee, we look swell, full of that Yankee Doodle Dum. 500,000 boots went slogging through hell, and I was a kid with a drum. Say, don't you remember? They called me Al. It was Al all the time. Say, don't you remember? I'm your pal. Hey, buddy, can you spare a
That was Buddy, Can You Spare a Dime, originally dedicated to George Mitchell's wallet. And here's the man himself, George Mitchell. Morning, George. Listen, George, I'm going to tell you this gag,
Oh, no,
George.
you're not. Tonight, I'm going to tell you one.
Oh, yeah?
I'm up in the restaurant, having lunch. And I decided I'd like a glass of white wine with my fish. So I called over the waitress very politely and I said, "Have you got a white Maclean?" She said, "No, dear, these are my overalls." Now, your trouble, you've just got no sense of humour.
Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war. With
Christians host doth flee. On then Christian soldiers on to victory. Hell's foundations quiver at the shout of praise. Brothers, lift your voices, loud your anthems praise.
Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war.
With the cross of Jesus going on before.
Onward then, ye people, join our happy throng. Blend with us your voices in the triumph song. Glory, Lord, and honor unto Christ the King. This through countless ages, men and angels sing. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war. With the cross of Jesus going on
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now it's time to meet once again one of our backroom boys who keeps the show running smoothly. This time it's the BBC's medical officer, Dr. Tom Katz.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. I've left my nurse in your dressing room. She knows what you want. Don't we all? Yes. Good evening. Now, people often say to me, sorry about that. People often say to me, why did you enter the medical profession? Well, I must admit that from a very early age, I knew that I was destined to become a doctor. No one could read my writing. So I studied, I took medicine at Oxford, and felt much better afterwards. I passed out as a surgeon. I also fainted as a psychiatrist. And of course, being a surgeon is a very responsible job. I mean, you've read all these things about people, surgeons taking their patients into the operating theatre and performing the wrong operation. This, of course, is propaganda, although I do remember Rolf Harris coming to me to have his tonsils removed. Poor chap. When he woke up, his didgeridoo was gone. Sad that. He complained, rather unreasonably, I thought, for a colonial, so I shoved a boomerang up his jumper and threw him out. 38 times. No, well, I threw him out and the boomerang, and he kept sort of coming back with the... Of course, I have made my mark on the medical profession. For a long time, I held a good position in Harley Street, until I got the cramp. And I was involved, you see, in some rather dangerous transplant work. In fact, I actually removed the backbone from a man and replaced it with the mercury from a thermometer. Normally, he was 5'6", but on a very hot day, he went up to 7'12". And I don't know whether you remember that cold spell we had last February, but he went down to 6 inches and the cat got him. Sad, that. Of course, as soon as I arrived here at the BBC, I pioneered the idea of patients undressing in waiting rooms. Beats magazines, what? And saves a lot of time when they get into the surgery. Although, just recently, I have noticed that people have been coming into my waiting room, taking off all their clothes, and not bothering to come into the surgery. Strange, that.
Ha, 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 ha.
Quiet, George. Control yourself. Yes. Sorry about that. Instead, they ring in for my advice, and so today I'd like to take this opportunity to cover the three most common topics: X-rays, worms, and chaps. Now, sailors suffer a lot from chaps. Personally, I think it's something to do with the uniform. And, worms, now the only way really to get rid of worms, swallow a blackbird. And X-rays. You'll find that X-rays rarely prove positive, although last week I did X-ray a minstrel and diagnosed that he had a hole in the heart. Hole in the heart. Turned out to be a polo mint in his top pocket. But I don't know whether you realize this or not, but every month the minstrels have to come to me for a thorough medical examination. And the marvelous thing about examining a minstrel in his makeup is that you can hear him cough, but you can't see him blush. This morning it was the turn of Les Want and Les Rawlings to come in for an examination. You know them, don't you? The dynamic duo. Ratbag and Bobbin. They came into the surgery, took off all their clothes, and I immediately went into the next room for a good laugh. Quiet! Or I'll send for Rover. Yes. Next. Ted. Now, I know you're going on your holidays now the show's over. Would you like me to give you your injection for cholera, yellow fever, that sort of thing?
Yes, please.
Right, get undressed. I'll be with you in a moment. Oh, by the... Good heavens, Ted, you have got undressed quickly. Oh, there you are. I don't know if you know this or not, Ted, but we've now got a new injection. 3 vaccines in 1 injection, and here it is. Oh, dear. I don't know how I'm going to get him ready for this week's finale, which, of course, is the combination of 2 musicals. Annie Get Your Gun, the girl who always got her man, and Wild Violets, the girls who were very upset because it was her men that they were always getting.
There's no finer man than a Swiss is when you're changing from Miss to Mrs. And there's no better land than this is when father fed his flocks.
It's the shape of the place that provokes me, and the mist on the hilltop soaks me. You will need something more to coax me than milk and cuckoo clocks.
Of William Tell you've heard them sing.
He never told me anything.
It's Switzerland,
A most delightful place.
You must admit that it's a land with swellings on its face.
No finer spot I've lit upon, the scenery is grand.
These mountain tops you've hit upon.
That's why we'd rather stand than march too sharp to see the port.
in merry Switzerland. In Switzerland.
I yodel day and night.
The children dig up its so land and through with all their might.
They crave for my society. They seize me by the hand.
It's nearly their anxiety. You rang the village bell with your notoriety.
In merry Switzerland.
Here and now, I'd like to find out how you boys behave when at a party.
Now and here, I'd like to make it clear that we're undignified and hearty.
That gets a trifle tiring as one grows up. One's inclined to turn one's nose up.
Even though you do, I don't mind if you turn your nose up to be kissed.
Charming weather,
Oh yes, delightful weather.
a trifle warm.
It's hot enough for June.
It's appalling. They say the glass is falling.
That means a storm. We're sure to get one soon.
Do you dance?
Oh, quite a lot.
Shall we now?
I'd rather not.
trot. You can't kiss all the lot. I'll keep my eye on you while I'm there.
If that's so, it sounds to me as though I'm going to have a mouldy time there. You told me that this party was informal.
Yes, but your views are abnormal.
If you think that you all alone will do, then it's time you knew that. Ooh.
Charming weather.
Oh yes, delightful weather.
A trifle warm.
It's hot enough for June.
It's appalling. They say the glass is falling.
That means a storm.
We're sure to get one soon. Do you dance?
Oh, quite a lot.
Shall we now?
I'd rather not. Charming weather.
Oh yes, delightful weather. So glad we met. Good afternoon.
Never discover love that has made me forever your lover. You taught me that dreams come true. You were the star I followed from afar. But night and day I knew I'd find my way to you. My way to you.
Soft and as pink as a nursery.
The girl I call my own will wear satins and laces and smell of cologne.
Her nails will be polished, and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia.
And I'll be there instead of flitting. I'll be sitting next to her, and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry must be.
My nails will be polished, and in my hair I'll wear a gardenia, and you'll be there.
Instead of flitting, I'll be sitting next to her, and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry must be.
I got lost in his arms, and I had to stay. It was dark in his arms, and I lost my way. From the dark came a voice, and it seemed to say, there you go, there you go. How I felt as I fell, I just can't recall. But his arms held me fast, and it broke the fall. And I said to my heart, as it foolishly kept jumping, nothing all around. I got lost, but look what I found.
No business like show, business like no business I know.
Everything about it is appealing.
Everything the traffic will allow.
Nowhere could you get that happy feeling
when you are stealing that extra bow. Yeah!
Show people like show people, they smile when they are low.
Yesterday they told you you would not go far.
That night you open and there you are.
Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star.
Let's go on with the show.
The costumes, the scenery, the makeup, the props, the audience that lifts you when you're down.
The headaches, the heartaches, the backaches, the flops, the sheriff who escorts you out of town.
The opening when your heart beats like a drum. The closing when the customers won't come.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. You get word before the show has started that your favorite uncle died at dawn. Top that your ma and pa have parted. You're broken hearted, but you go on.
There's no people like show people, they smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the cold.
Still you wouldn't change it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show.
Let's go on,
We're gonna work till we drop.
let's go on,
We're gonna get to the top.
let's go on with the show.
Thank you. And before we go, I'd just like to say thank you very much to all those people whose names appear at the end of the roller captions. You don't see them on the screen, but they've done a terrific job on this series, and I'm very grateful to them. Well, I hope it won't be long before we see you all again. Till then, goodbye.